mass, smokeless, shining fire. That is why it is hard to imagine them. But despite all their power, they were still servants, servants of Allah who created them. And for a time, they lived like this, worshipping, building, growing. Some early scholars said they were created thousands of years before Adam alayhi salam. The world they walked was different, the skies were clearer, and the soil had not yet been touched by human corruption. It was a time of purity and opportunity. But opportunity is also a test. Some of the jinn continued in worship and obedience. These were the pious, quiet, humble ones who stayed hidden. But others began to look within. They saw their strength and fell in love with it. They saw their freedom, but misunderstood it. They began to envy the angels who lived in the heavens. Why were they not lifted up? Why were they bound to the earth while the angels flew in the skies? Some hearts grew dark. They began to challenge one another. Like humans, they started to believe they would live forever on Earth. Conflicts arose between their races and civilizations. Tribes rose against each other. Leaders turned into tyrants, just like human rulers. Magic appeared, dark, deceptive, and destructive. Conflicts multiplied. Their greed brought earthquakes and storms. And worst of all, they began to forget Allah, and among them rose those who denied Him completely. In the middle of this chaos, one figure stood out, a jinn of great power and unmatched worship. His name was Azazil. While his people drowned in rebellion, he rose with obedience. He did not join in corruption. He stood with the angels, and for this, he was honored. But what made Azazil so different from his kind? And how did his story turn into such darkness? To understand his rise, we must first understand the war that tore the earth apart, the war that brought angels down from the heavens, the war that changed everything. It is said that once the earth glowed with the fire of the jinn, cities carved into stone. This was not legend, it was their reality. Before Adam alayhi salam, the world was not only inhabited, but also ruled. And the rulers were not silent shepherds, they were kings. With bodies of fire and long lives, the jinn built empires. From the depths of ancient valleys to the peaks of unreachable mountains, they created realms filled with knowledge, art, and power. Their civilization spread across continents, united under councils and rulers who believed themselves divinely chosen. They used